It's the middle game of Day 4 at President's Cup 2018 from Nanaimo, and it's a battle of the undefeated. The 4-0 St. Albert Miners, the 3-0 Caughnawaga Indians. This one for a middle-of-the-tournament game kind of has that playoff feel to it, and so many of the games have lived up to the billing in this tournament so far, you would expect this one to do the same. Last game for Caughnawaga yesterday against Onondaga. They won 15-8. Both Reardon and Harris had 5-goal games in that one. St. Albert played twice yesterday, won both as they are 4-0. 10-5 over the hosts from Nanaimo. In the nightcap last night, Keegan Ball had 6 points. Richard Lachlan 3 goals and 2 assists. And already fired up into the game, you can hear the sticks on the bench of the Miners. And Cordfield and Francis did battle on the faceoff. Ball taken away. McNulty controlling. Now Caughnawaga can move the ball up. Thompson plays it down to the angle. McNulty put it across the floor. Opportunity for Rouet up top. Rouet to Thompson. Moving towards the net, occupied by Aaron Bold in red. Thompson with a shot wide. Ball bounds back down the floor, and Brandon Miller, the other goaltender, will take it. And two obviously of the best in this tournament, but Bold's numbers average 5.58. He's been very stingy. Miller's numbers aren't quite as good, but he's had a flair for the spectacular in this tournament, no doubt. Lachlan for St. Albert with a drive that didn't get through. Ball goes back to Graydon Cornfield, had the hat trick yesterday against Nanaimo. Pass to the front for Jordan Cornfield, didn't quite connect. Caughnawaga going to take the ball back. A hard run up into the attack. Nice job by Garrett Cree. Cree throws it back. Ty Thompson, or rather that's Hall from the outside. Shot towards Bold, bounces and threw it in. He didn't see it. He had kept most of it out. It just kept bouncing. And 1 minute and 10 seconds in, Caughnawaga goes up 1-0. That was a rare miscue from Aaron Bold. As the shot came in, he got a big piece of it. It was just bouncing around in behind, and nobody could find it, including the goaltender. So Caughnawaga getting a nice early goal, and that's exactly the start you want when you're trying to keep that perfect record intact. Shots on goal, 2-0. Scoreline 1-0 for the Caughnawaga Indians. Here goes Triola right off the face-off, but he's going to be told he has to go back. Tough break for him because he was coming right down Main Street on Brandon Miller. Reardon from Hall's the scoring play. Well, that was as much a fortunate bounce as anything for Caughnawaga. Richard Lachlan coming towards Miller. Feeds the front. Keegan Ball was there. Ball is knocked away and taken back in his own end by Kyle Lewis. Up to center it goes. Oren Horn tried to grab it. Now he's going to have to get some help from Paul Ward. Riley steals on the side wall. Riley comes back to center, leaves for O'Meara. O'Meara looks ahead. Makes a pass to the late man off the bench. Here's Keegan Ball from the outside. The tournament's leading scorer with 24 points. Took a shot. Miller closes up. Thought he might have had that in his stick, but it didn't. End up in the goaltender's stick at all. And once again, a run out to center, this time by Regis. Plays the ball off. Ty Thompson from the outside. Thompson takes a look. Playing catch with Reardon. Thompson from the angle. Moving towards the middle. Thompson loads, passes Rouet to the other side. Breaking into a run is Bucktooth. Looks at the front. There's a low shot from Vaughn Harris, and a good save was made by Aaron Bold. Key reset ball up for grabs. Taken by Andruko and behind his own net. During the 3-minute mark of period number 1, 1-0. Reardon as the ball just bounced in behind Aaron Bold. And here's Lachlan shooting one on Miller. Good stop for Brandon Miller. Outlet pass. And Caughnawaga brings the ball forward. Lewis moves it ahead. Hall passing down low. Pass to the front now out of the reach of McNulty. Hall trying to grab it. He won't. Riley will. Riley throws the ball back. Now it's lobbed up towards center court. Mike Triolo taking on the defender. Triolo being pushed by Regis, gets to the front, dives, but he couldn't quite make his shot and ended up in the crease, and this is going to be Garrett Cree who will take the ball. Caughnawaga possession. Ball passed ahead for Oren Horn. Now Ty Thompson. Thompson moving up towards the St. Albert defense. Thompson throws it back across. Rouet from the corner. Bucktooth slings it across. There's Reardon with a good shot and a nice save made by Bold. Thought about the long outlet. Inching out of his crease. Fires to Sullivan up and over center. Sullivan throws it back to Keegan Ball. Just over 4 minutes in. 1-0 Caughnawaga. Battle of the undefeated here. Keegan Ball plays it across. There's a sub shot taken by Jordan Cornfield, and Brandon Miller swallows that up. Was very careful not to let that ball out. That would have been a similar fashion to the way that Aaron Bold was beaten, and he just saw that a couple of minutes ago. Pass off towards Sunday. Sky Sunday loses to Riley. Riley's on the ball with some speed. Ball came out of his stick, so Sunday goes right back after him. Now a chance for O'Meara to come forward. O'Meara to Lachlan. Lachlan with a pass off Triolo. Triolo from the outside. Plays it across the floor. Graydon Cornfield. Cornfield to the front. Over the shoulder effort there, and a nice one from O'Meara, the transition expert. Right to the front of the goal, and he got a good chance. Lewis the other way for Caughnawaga. Ty Thompson again. The left-hander looks across the floor. Thompson towards the middle. Reardon. Reardon with the game's only goal so far. A pass off for Rouet. Reardon in tight. Aaron Bold made the save. Comes out of his crease. Looks for the outlet. 5.5 minutes in. Period number 1. 1-0 lead for Caughnawaga. Mike Triolo brings the ball forward. Ball. Jordan Cornfield to the corner. He's got his man, Ferris, to Ball. Triolo looks to the front. Ball out of the reach of Keegan Ball. Nick Ferris trying to settle, but he can't do so. Zach Hops got it ahead. Keeps running. Hops, pass to the middle. Bucktooth fires one. Bold the save. Rebound opportunity. And knocked around heading towards the crease was Shane Francis. Up the floor, Riley in transition. Riley to the middle. There's Graydon Cornfield with a bouncer that went too high. Caughnawaga possession. Coming towards center here. Oren Horn. Plays the ball off. Vaughn Harris. To the other side, Rouet runs a pick. Sunday a pass down low. Intercepted. The Miners trying to move forward. And running the floor goes O'Meara. Stops up at center. Triolo. Keegan Ball. Ball has a look. Lachlan. Outside shot from Ferris, and a good save is made. Brandon Miller hangs on. Made a no-look outlet. That was right on the money. Lewis. Now Thompson. Reardon coming up to join the play. Thompson has Hall with them as well. Hall runs a pick. Thompson for Bucktooth. Bucktooth against the wall. Getting towards the middle. There's a shot from Harris. He scores. Vaughn Harris got to the middle, and his low shot sneaks through Aaron Bold. 2-0 for Caughnawaga. The Indians have come out and played a very sharp first period so far. And Vaughn Harris has been a consistent goal scorer in this tournament. Five goals yesterday would indicate that. But there's been, really on these two teams, so many great performances at both ends. Defensively stingy, offensively the scoring well spread. And off the face-off, Rouet has the ball. And this is uncharted territory for St. Albert. Down 2-0. Ball goes across the floor to Reardon. Pumps it down low. Opportunity here for McNulty. Put it up top. There's a drive from Thompson. Off the facade and behind the net. Takes a deflection, so it's Caughnawaga Indians ball. Put down towards the corner. Rouet to Thompson. Thompson feeds it across the floor. Reardon trying to penetrate. Puts it down. Rouet will take it on the bounce. Finally settled it. Still time on the 30. Jacob Rouet towards the middle. Passes off to Ty Thompson. Thompson stuttering to the net with a shot. Missed on the short side. Rouet grabs the loose ball. Still time. Rouet, hard pass. Reardon with a drive, and that deflected to the side wall. Out of play. Good defensive set there from St. Albert. They were under some duress, but didn't give away the A shot, and they have certainly not given away a lot of A-quality shots in this tournament. Reardon and Harris. The two guys that had 5 goals yesterday against Onondaga, both on the score sheet here early. Lachlan from the angle, a bounce pass towards the front. 2 players down off ball. Cornfield gets back up to his feet now, along with Casey Swamp. That was quite a melee between the two of them. And a shot clock violation goes against St. Albert. Caughnawaga ball. Vaughn Harris inching his way towards the front. Passing off for Ty Thompson. Harris again. Passes it on the angle. Harris gets a return feed. Harris trying to get to the middle. Nice pass off. Bucktooth to the front for Thompson. He spins. He shoots. Nice stop, Aaron Bold. Reset chance. Bucktooth on the end wall. Gets some help. New possession. Well played shift for Caughnawaga. Bucktooth heads off after some hard work. Ty Thompson cutting towards the middle. Thompson passes off. Another feed. Bounces high. Goes right back to Hall. Hall cutting in. Aaron Bold stopped him low. Looks for the outlet. Andruko will take the ball. Up in on the attack. Keegan ball to the middle. Graydon Cornfield off the post. Oren Horn tries to come back the other way. Has Hops with him. 2-on-1 break. Horn sprinting to the net. Shoots, and that one just misses. Aaron Bold was reaching for it. Didn't have to make the stop. McNulty on the other side. Settles down the pace. Brett Bucktooth has the ball once more. Bucktooth directing traffic. Plays it across. Hops. Loads. Goes back to Bucktooth again. Here's Horn. Gets free, but couldn't beat out the 30. Had to make one extra move. Still 2-0. Caughnawaga in front. 9:36 to go opening period. This is as clean a game that has this much meaning as there could possibly be. Well played, though. Ball. Triolo shoots one. Miller got the save. Looked like that might leak in behind him, and he knew it. He just turned his body to make sure that ball wasn't going to bounce right in behind and in the net. That's a good save. Goalies have that instinct. They can tell if something's going to go through them. Second time Miller's done that. Opportunity here for Harris. Vaughn Harris coming to the net with a shot. Just missed with that, and the rebound brought forward. Duff with some speed. Looks at his mates changing. Fires the ball ahead. Ferris on his wrong side. Lachlan has the late man Keegan ball. Good look. Great save, Brandon Miller. Ball fire that, and Miller went down to the seat of his pants, covering the whole bottom of the net. But Keegan Ball, not the guy you want to be giving a look like that. Brandon Miller equal to the challenge. Caughnawaga setting up. Outside opportunity. Ball played towards the left-handers. Taking it there as Francis. His shot is stopped. Francis follows the ball into the corner. He's pushed down. Reardon was there too. Lintz able to move it out to Sullivan now, and Sullivan comes towards center. He has O'Meara with him. Sullivan, O'Meara, winding, shooting one low. Ball's at the goal line. O'Meara thinks he's scored, but no goal. What a recovery from Brandon Miller. St. Albert's come close. It's at least the third time. But a couple of breaks. Well, especially that one break on the Blaze Reardon tally. And that's why Caughnawaga's up. Here's Harris cutting in. Great save, bold rebound chance, and a reset opportunity. Rouet takes the ball. Jacob Rouet cuts towards the middle. Rouet passes off. There's a drive. Good save, bold, as he got that shot from Hall. That one was labeled. Another reset for Caughnawaga. And they've been consistently getting resets on the offensive end. Ty Thompson cutting in alone. Aaron Bold got the arm up. Huge stop for the St. Albert goaltender. That was an eyeball-to-eyeball opportunity. Keegan Ball. Lachlan. Ball is fed down to the angle. With it from distance, Ball shot well wide though. Foot race, but Aaron Bold is easily going to get this. Comes out of his net, just 5 on the 30. Rifles it down the floor. Lachlan leaves it. Triolo will too. They can get off. And Dion will bring the ball back the other way. 6:36 to go, period number 1. 2-0 Caughnawaga. Reardon at 110. Harris at 7:16. Caughnawaga on the ball again with Rouet. Puts it up top. Von Harris, a hard drive. Ball to Reardon's stick. Reardon, Harris, got a quick shot away, but the ball is recovered by St. Albert, and the Miners come to center. O'Meara has it. O'Meara straight down the middle. Driving to the net. O'Meara with a shot, and that one just missed on Miller's net. But a penalty call is coming. Too many players on the floor. So with 6:08 remaining, the game's first power play. And it comes pretty late in the first period. Shots are 12-9 Caughnawaga. And they have the 2-0 lead. It appears Paul Ward is going to serve the bench minor to the Caughnawaga Indians. And what will the St. Albert power play be able to do with Keegan Ball, the quarterback? Lachlan and Triolo are the right-handers. And the Cornfields, Graydon up top. Jordan at the crease. McLaughlin. Ball. Graydon Cornfield. Ball. Lachlan again. Ball. Graydon Cornfield. Keegan Ball. Cornfield. Lachlan. That one just missing. Reaching for it was Miller. Didn't have to make the stop. Still time on the possession. Keegan Ball from the middle. Closes in. Lachlan shoots off the bar. Saw the room. There wasn't much of it. Off the underside of the bar and all the way back down, and that's a reset. So that's exactly what St. Albert needed. Oh, so close from Lachlan. Sitting at 20 points already on his tournament. Triolo to Lachlan. Keegan Ball from the middle. Wines, fires. Miller got a piece of that, and the ball's in the paint. Francis plays it high out towards center. Caughnawaga will start to rag it. Horn to Ty Thompson. Thompson plays it across. Rouet into a run. Down low towards Thompson. Hard push on him. Ty Thompson's being double teamed. Doing a nice job to keep the ball down. It is loose. Rouet arrives on the scene, but the ball pops away from him as well. It's still loose. And all the way back to center it goes. And it's going to be Caughnawaga possession again. St. Albert thought for sure it was going to be their ball. But no, the officials are going to have a talk about it. Williams had the ball in his stick. Didn't want to have to give it up. So the officials are talking. Now everybody congregates and decision reversed. St. Albert ball. 33 seconds left in the power play. And Keegan Ball will take it. Graydon Cornfield, Ball, Lachlan, Triolo. Triolo to Lachlan. Now Ball, Cornfield, Ball, Lachlan to the crease. Triolo with a shot, and he just missed high. Ball bounds out of play. Brandon Miller will take it away. Comes out of his net, and a pass towards center court. Vaughn Harris is going to kill time. Power play down to about 4 seconds. Sullivan puts a stick on Harris. Harris wards him off. Harris passing against the wall. Breaking into a run. Rouet. Bucktooth is there too. Rouet all the way up top. Feeds the crease down low. That was a very low pass, and Hall couldn't take it down. Riley now controls. 3:45 remaining in period number 1. 2-0 Caughnawaga. Lachlan to the middle. Kinnear from the angle. Graydon Cornfield cutting towards the net, getting in tight. Once again, Brandon Miller there, but crease call anyway. Hops will bring the ball forward. Gets towards center and over it. Blaze Reardon. Reardon lifts it across the floor. Sunday fed it down on the angle. Rouet and Harris tried to get loose, unable to do so, and St. Albert wanted the quick transition, but this is going to be a run by Lintz. A good one for him. Wants to feed off to Keegan Ball, and that's a good idea. Ball controls. Bounces it back to Lachlan. Lachlan to the other side, Kinnear. Kinnear plays down low. Ferris, Kinnear, Keegan Ball. Ball takes a look. Hard pass. He was hoping to hit Triolo. Ball bounds back towards center, and Orrin Horn's going to get a chance to move on this. It's going to be Caughnawaga ball again. Under 3 minutes to play in the first period. 2 Caughnawaga goals in the first 7:16. Reardon and then Harris. Rouet to Bucktooth. Bucktooth takes a look. Shovels it across. Wanted McNulty on the quick stick. Ball bounces loose. Miners trying to grab control of it, but the loose ball battle continues, and it goes to Ty Thompson late in the 30. Thompson wires one on to Bold. Tries to get it back. Hall was there, but a good job by Duff outside his crease to grab possession. St. Albert coming forward again. Davis plays in Keegan Ball. Triolo from the angle. Runs to the middle. Pass for Ball right at the lip of the crease, and it just went out of his stick. Again, he found himself open. Ball looks back. Triolo spins off a check. Triolo other side. Jordan Cornfield in. Great save, Brandon Miller. Caughnawaga ball. Brandon Miller has been absolutely fantastic in net. There's been some looks on him for sure. Reardon throws the ball back. Thompson to Reardon. Reardon to the middle. Plays it back. Harris. There's a long-range shot from Sunday. Bold the save. Sunday gets his own rebound. He's in. Aaron Bold got a piece of that. Once again, Caughnawaga with ball recovery, and Vaughn Harris is up top. Ty Thompson plays the ball down low. Reardon. Reardon to the middle. Rouet throws it across. Sunday trying to get through to the middle with a shot. That one deflected and taken away by O'Meara. Andruko looking for the outlet pass. Couldn't quite take it down cleanly. And swatted at nicely by Cree. That's a tough play to make. A clean swat to get that much of the ball and put it across the floor. Ty Thompson coming ahead with Bucktooth. Thompson deals the ball back. Hall sends it across. Rouet moves the ball to Thompson. Ty Thompson. Jacob Rouet. Rouet for Thompson. 5 on the 30. Thompson looking back at Hall. Hall takes it. Sandwiched on the double team. And Duff's wooden stick just got bent right in half. Had to drop it down. Keegan Ball has it now. Ball moving up. 8 seconds in the period. Graydon Cornfield. Kinnear to the crease. Quick stick. And a piece of that from Miller. Came across Lachlan. Can't believe it. Miller made that look pretty casual, but that was a fantastic save. And the period ends with an unbelievable St. Albert chance right on the buzzer. And everybody from that Caughnawaga bench knows what Brandon Miller did. 12 shots, 12 saves in that period. The other way, 2 goals on the board for Caughnawaga at 1:10. Reardon, the ball that just bounced in behind Aaron Bold at 7:16. A patented Von Harris shot. 2-0 Caughnawaga leading St. Albert in a battle of the 2 undefeated teams at 2018 President's Cup. More lacrosse in 10 minutes.
Welcome to Nanaimo, the gateway to Vancouver Island. Located on the rich waters of the Salish Sea, backdropped by thick, temperate rainforest with their rolling hills and the rugged mountains in the distance, Nanaimo was the first home to the local Nanaimo First Nations people. For centuries they lived here in connection with the land. And in many ways, this close tie to the wilderness of Vancouver Island resonates today. In the 1850s, the Hudson Bay Company set up a trading post in the region here in Nanaimo. Today, that trading post still stands with the HBC Bastion, standing guard over the waters of the harbor here in Nanaimo. For many decades afterwards, Nanaimo flourished as a coal mining town. Much of this early history is on display at the Nanaimo Museum. Today, Nanaimo is a bustling and modern urban center on the edge of natural wonder. Experience Nanaimo's supernatural wilderness and find yourself again.
Nanaimo allows me to do my passions through accessibility. Just the way that it's laid out, within 10 or 15 minutes, I can basically be from my house and doing something that I am truly passionate about. For me, it's about connection. I know a lot of people go to nature to disconnect from the world, but for me, it's about feeling like I'm part of something bigger. I feel it helps me connect to other people with similar interests and passions. Nanaimo has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it does that little bit of everything really well. It's a place where you can discover passions that you didn't even know you had.
It gives you city life and gives you wilderness life all at the same time. It has both fresh water and salt water with easy access. You don't have to travel more than 10 to 15 minutes to be on a body of water, no matter where you live. You can either be out on the ocean fishing in 15-20 minutes, or you can be on Long Lake like we are today, enjoying some trout and bass fishing.
With diving around this area, Nanaimo or British Columbia in general, it's actually rated in the top in the world. Part of the reason that we have so much life here is the colder water with lots of nutrients in the water. One of our very popular activities we do is snorkeling with seals. And certain times of year when we get the sea lions coming by us, 2,000-pound sea lion coming right up to you a few inches away from you, just amazing. You think you're swimming along great in the water and this thing comes and does a somersault in front of you and just takes off. And you realize how small in the ocean you actually are.
The best part about owning a tour company is getting to show everyone the reasons why we live here in Nanaimo. I love the culture and natural wonders here in Nanaimo, and I love being able to see it for the first time every day through the eyes of our guests. Yeah, Nanaimo really is in the center of everything.
I'm really passionate about regenerative agriculture because that's what farming is all about. Some of the most exciting things for me in Nanaimo are the harvest, when there's all this abundance and we're able to take our food and set it out into the community. And when we go out for dinner sometimes, we get to see our food being served to us and served to our community, and there's a lot of excitement around that. At the markets we sell at in Nanaimo, there are over 200 vendors who participate, and you can do your full spectrum of shopping at these markets. So you're invited to come to the market.
Currently, right now, we're concentrated on sourcing all our ingredients from mid-Vancouver Island. We like to utilize what we can get from local farmers. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries in Nanaimo have really exploded in the last few years. We've got a couple great wineries. Just down the road from us at the Longwood, we've got a distillery that makes some world-class gin, vodka, and even absinthe, which is pretty rare these days. We've got 3 breweries in town, 1 brew pub. You can really occupy a lot of your time traveling from one drink establishment to another. We've got pretty much everything here.
Well, we're sitting here at Piper's Lagoon, which is one of these little hidden gems that a lot of people don't know about, but I'm commonly often known as the Big Cheese, and I coined the name the Big Cheese not long after I started the store. There's a pretty good variety of establishments in Nanaimo now. There's some really excellent places to eat now in Nanaimo which are doing quite nicely. We have shopping, we have all the well-known brands, but we also have a cute little downtown area with lots of independent businesses. Well, I think the location makes it very special. The abundance of parks and activities and outdoor fresh air things, and everyone who moves here from somewhere else comments on how welcoming the people are. And I think that's one thing that makes Nanaimo very special, is the welcoming and the amount of stuff there is to do.
With its dramatic and diverse landscapes, including forests like this, Nanaimo offers so much. Impressive coastlines? Yeah, we got that. Rolling hills? Rugged mountains? Yeah, we got that too.
I'm more of a country mouse than a city mouse, and Nanaimo, the city, has enough of what I need, but just the natural beauty of it. I can feel it in the pores of my skin, I can feel it in my lungs when I breathe the air. It's just something, when I get out here and I just see trees and blue sky, it makes me happy. Yeah, my big thing every year is to go down to Nanaimo River and jump in, because the river feels like it's a healer. That beautiful fresh water and the trees around it, it cures whatever ails you, and there's nothing like it to me in the world. I've really been encouraged, especially in the last 10 years or so, that Nanaimo is recognizing the art scene a lot more and celebrating that, and there's some fantastic festivals that happen every year, and I've been lucky to be involved in a lot of those because I do live here.
Some of my passions are getting out to nature, so going for hikes to places like Ammonite Falls or Neck Point. We have one of the first wineries in Vancouver Island. We have one of the oldest brew pubs. We have a bunch of craft distilleries. I like to use Nanaimo as a base for my expeditions because it has a little something for everyone. If people want to stay in a hostel, they can. If they want to stay in a nice 4-star hotel, they can. And most people love the different variety of accommodations we have.
What surprises visitors in Nanaimo is the abundance of wildlife and the immense natural beauty. I like to go explore all the different islands because they have trails and glorious forests to see, but they all have these little bays and secret little gems. And so if you're into exploring, you get a lot out of it. My absolute favorite place in Nanaimo is Newcastle Island, or as the Nanaimo First Nations call it, Sesuchin.
Nature is a big part of it, because when you're going to carve something for the longhouse, which is in our traditional dances and things, my dad will bring me up the mountain, talk to the trees, talk to the water, thank them, and just stay up there. Sometimes it's 4 days you stay there and bath, cleanse yourself, get your mind straight so there's no doubt or meanness in your mind. So just pure things go into the thing that you're carving for the longhouse.
The team to action from Nanaimo's Frank Crane Arena. Caughnawaga 2. St. Albert no score after the opening 20 shots, 13-12 for Caughnawaga. Blaze Reardon at 110 on a ball that was bouncing in the paint, and Aaron Bold couldn't quite see it. It just leaked in behind him. And then Vaughn Harris blasting one at 7:16. The only other goal of the period. And that offense for St. Albert that's been so dominant had a tough time against a very stingy defense of the Caughnawaga Indians. Triolo Francis getting ready for the opening face-off here in the second. And we'll see if there's maybe a bit more urgency on offense on the St. Albert side. They've been so consistent with their scoring. That's one thing they haven't done, is they've never really had that sense of panic on offense at any point. And when you're the two-time defending national champions, you know that at some point you're going to get your opportunities. Ferris, Lachlan, ball goes back towards Toll. He's trying to settle it. Does so. Ferris, Graydon Cornfield, throws it high into the air, and the ball taken down by Cree. Oren Horn now. Up towards center. Horn moves the ball across. Here goes Harris. Vaughn Harris. Sunday. Sunday to the other side. Reardon. Low pass. Hall couldn't take it. Only 4 on the 30. Reardon just dumps the ball down to the corner wisely. Davis will take it over for St. Albert. Pretty good defensive set for St. Albert that time. And there have not been a lot of grade A chances. When there have been, Miller's been there for every single task, and Bold has been very good at the other end. Here's Keegan Ball trying to work loose. He got loose twice in the first period. He's so shifty. He can get loose at a moment's notice. Triolo lane to the net with a bouncer. Miller made the stop, hangs on to it. Outlet pass. Hops is up and over center. Hops takes a look. Bounces the ball down to the side. Put up top. Harris to Rouet. Rouet trying to get through. Nice pass. Harris fakes, and a great arm save by Bold. Harris goes after the loose ball. Couldn't win it. St. Albert possession. Aaron Bold with the arm up. That was a good save and a perfect reaction from him. Nice pass to the cutter, Kinnear. Low ball. Keegan Ball took it, put it to the crease, and Miller made the nice stop down low in tight on Lachlan. Miller comes out of his net. Oren Horn plays it across. Bucktooth bounces it through. Ty Thompson. McNulty beside him. McNulty from the angle. Sky Sunday to Rouet in the middle. Rouet passes off. There's a long bomb from Hall, stopped by Bold. He's about to make the outlet, but there's going to be a penalty call coming here. And maybe even 2. Snyder and Hall all the way over to the penalty box, nose to nose together. Roughing goes up on the St. Albert side and slashing on the Caughnawaga side. First taste of some 4-on-4 lacrosse here. And the score continues at 2-0. Caughnawaga got the early lead and have built on it just ever so slightly. Ball to Lachlan. Lachlan to the middle. Plays it across Cornfield. Graydon Cornfield. Keegan Ball to the middle. Lost his footing. Hops hacking at him, but he hangs onto the ball nicely. It just bounces right in to goaltender Brandon Miller, though. Outlet pass, man off the bench, but nice pick by Sullivan. Read that ever so well. Lachlan loading, firing. Miller kicked it away. Hops looking up the floor. Long outlet. Brett Bucktooth on his own. You talk about a team not panicking, and Bucktooth on his own just stands and waits. Now he moves up at his pace. Drops back hoping to hit Rouet, but it was just out of his reach. Rouet tracked it down, and up he goes. Rouet moves the ball across to Reardon. Reardon Bucktooth, 3 on the 30. Quick stick opportunity and a good save off Thompson by Bold. Short outlet. And he's got Duff. Duff's wooden stick was bent in half back in the first period. He's got the non-traditional stick now. Kinnear plays the ball in. Fed to the middle. Triolo with a drive. Missed from long distance, and that's scooped nicely. Regis on a run. Moves up with Lewis. Lewis now. Plays in Von Harris. Harris winding, shooting. Bold kicked it away. Rebound goes right to Blaze Reardon. Reardon put it low. Opportunity for Thompson. Ty Thompson looking, feeding back. Reardon put that one right into Aaron Bold. Looks for the outlet. Two players collide and fall, and Lintz was upset as he and Harris went down that there was no call there, but Aaron Bold just continues to walk out towards center. Delayed call coming up here. Bold to the bench. Caughnawaga is going to be penalized. Graydon Cornfield. Keegan Ball winds, fires, and Miller made the stop. Too many players on the floor is the call. .15 to go in the second period in a 2-0 lacrosse game for Caughnawaga, 15-13. They've got the advantage in shots on goal. St. Albert trying to cut this lead down. Trying to solve Brandon Miller, who has seemed unsolvable thus far. Lachlan to Ball. Graydon Cornfield. Ball. Lachlan and Ball playing catch. Graydon Cornfield. Ball shoots. Deflected. Ball recovers it so nicely. Triolo. Graydon Cornfield shoots, scores, top corner bar and down. A goal scorer's goal. And the power play reacting quickly. 5 minutes and 4 seconds into the second period. St. Albert's on the board. Graydon Cornfield with an absolute snipe. Had some really good ball recovery work to lead to that opportunity. And Brandon Miller could do little about a shot like that goes barring in. Caughnawaga 2, St. Albert 1. So the power play, special teams, gets St. Albert going in this game in the second period. Triolo and Francis, quite an exchange on the faceoff, and Francis was on top of Triolo. A couple of big guys there. Toll puts the ball down for Keegan Ball. Moving towards the middle. Ball shoots one. Miller down, made the save. Traps the ball in the paint. Looks for the outlet. Long home run pass. Here's a chance for Reardon, faking, and a big stop by Aaron Bold. Lewis takes the ball from the corner. Fresh 30 here for Caughnawaga. Blaze Reardon protects the ball and throws it back up to the top. Brett Bucktooth. Sky Sunday. Bucktooth again. Bucktooth wants Sunday to move out for him. Bucktooth loads, fires, skips that one high. Bouncing towards the Caughnawaga bench. 6 minutes now in to period number 2. Caughnawaga 2, St. Albert 1. Kinnear. Jordan Cornfield. Cornfield plays it across. Ball. Wires. Scores. Keegan Ball. A beauty of an outside shot. 2-2 tie. St. Albert finding their offense early here in the second period. 2 goals in a minute and 11 seconds. Graydon Cornfield on the power play, and Keegan Ball with a masterful outside shot. 2 for Caughnawaga in the first. 2 for St. Albert in the second. And a game that is living up to the billing as you thought it would. A pass for Toll. Toll plays it down to the side. Opportunity for the middle for Ball. Gets in tighter with a shot. Miller made the save, and Keegan Ball's finding some holes in that Caughnawaga defense. Oren Horn is on a run. Horn has a man off the bench. Vaughn Harris. Harris coming towards the front. Off ball interference. Harris puts the ball down. Andruko's got it now. Lintz is up with him. Pass to Keegan Ball. Walks in. Wires one high. Free ball in the middle of the floor. Fed ahead now for Lewis. Lewis hangs on. Vaughn Harris. Harris coming towards the net. Harris with a shot, a bouncer high. Out of play it goes. St. Albert will take possession, but they need a fresh ball, and they'll get one. Just over 7 minutes into period number 2. O'Meara. Triolo outside shot. Miller, great save. Traps the ball in the crease. Looks for an outlet. Once again, Oren Horn takes it up over center. Pass off the bench, Reardon. Throws it down. Ty Thompson. Thompson throws it back to Jacob Rouet. Rouet trying to get to the middle. Plays it across. There's an outside shot by Reardon. Bold made the save. Looks for the long outlet. Nobody there, so just a short one for Sullivan. Nothing easy in transition is being given up by these teams. Sullivan to Ball. Ball has the late man, Richard Laughlin. Looks, put it across. Graydon Cornfield, a shot into the stick of Miller. Hops takes it away. Hops tries to escape Ferris. Ferris does a nice job to stay right with him. Hops eventually does escape, but now he's got some room to run. Vaughn Harris takes his pass. 2-2 tie, 11:30 to go in the second. Vaughn Harris to the middle. Takes a look. Still going. Harris, pass off. There's a low shot, and Bold made a good save on Ty Thompson. High outlet. Andruko's on the ball. Man coming off the bench is Triolo. Pass to him. Triolo alone. Great save. Brandon Miller on Mike Triolo. Quick transition. Bucktooth coming to the net. Takes on Linson. His shot didn't get through, but he grabs his own rebound. Feeds in the late man. Horn scores. Bucktooth to Horn. Caughnawaga goes up 3-2. Bucktooth was being caught. His initial shot didn't get on goal, but then he recovered the ball and made the perfect play, and Oren Horn made no mistake. Caughnawaga leads again. Horn from Bucktooth. And that was a real sequence of fast transition both ways, as both teams were able to push the pace, but it was Caughnawaga taking advantage with Oren Horn's goal at 8:59 of the second period. They've never trailed in the game. Caughnawaga ball as they're bringing out the offensive guys. Sunday to Rouet. Jacob Rouet to the middle. Forced back. Loads, passes the ball off. Thompson, Reardon, wires a shot. Didn't get through. He takes a spill. Toll was all over him. Reardon got it back to the crease. Thompson tries to escape to the front. Nearly grappled. And you could hear the Caughnawaga fans and the Caughnawaga Indians bench didn't like that defensive work. Toll moves to the middle. O'Meara. O'Meara hangs on. Spins to the net. O'Meara low shot. Brandon Miller once again the save. Richard Laughlin posting up and throws the ball back for Keegan Ball. Kinnear. Cornfield cutting through. Keegan Ball takes it, winds and fires. Miller went down, made the stop. That's a good battle. Ball and Miller. Ball has one in the game. Lewis. Bucktooth. Reardon. Now Thompson. Trying to work free. Ball thrown across as Lewis takes it. Play whistle down. And here's Lintz. Lintz coming towards Miller's net. Bounce pass. Lachlan shoots. Miller a save up high. Brandon Miller with the outlet for Lewis. Has to run after it and get some help as well. Once again, it's Oren Horn. Dropping to Lewis. Kyle Lewis stands and waits. Jacob Rouet's onto it now. Rouet coming towards the net. Rouet cross floor pass, quick stick, bounces high and out of play. Davis will take possession. Davis coming forward, he's got O'Meara with him. O'Meara spinning towards the front. O'Meara driving, throws the ball back. Triolo goes after Rouet to the net. Brandon Miller makes the save. Reset chance for ball. 3-2 Caughnawaga. But another 30-second possession being used here by St. Albert. To the net goes Graydon Cornfield. Brandon Miller's down. Made sure he kept the ball out. Got it out of the way quickly there just in case there was any thought from the officials that might be over the line. Just play it away before the official can get into perfect position. Don't think that was over the line at all, though. Caughnawaga possession. Vaughn Harris. Harris looks, shoots one. That one went off the helmet. It looked like a bolt. He's adjusting that. Andruko with a transition opportunity. Mates coming to join him. To the middle he goes, passing off. Lachlan. Lachlan. Ferris on his way to the net. Ferris put it across. Lachlan fires one. That one's pounded away by Brandon Miller. Lachlan again puts it across the floor. Jordan Cornfield can't take it. Kinnear does. Kinnear's pass deflected out of his stick. And so the ball once again picked up and brought forward by St. Albert. 7:52 to go, second period. Caughnawaga in possession. Trotting up the floor is Vaughn Harris. Harris moves it in. Thompson. Pass to him in front. Getting a bouncer, but bouncing it just too high. Right idea. Caughnawaga, I think, trying to say that maybe that was touched by Bull, but it is going to be Miners' possession. Cox moves it up ahead. Graydon Cornfield, he has one of the goals in this period. Barring down on the power play for St. Albert. Keegan Ball has the other, and he's got it right now. Ball to the middle with a shot. Bouncing off a body. Oren Horn on the ball recovery. Horn coming forward. A bouncer ahead for Shane Francis. Francis passes the ball. Sky Sunday. Sunday plays it to the middle. Vaughn Harris. Harris. Blaze Reardon. Reardon cutting in. Flips it off. Hall had to recover it, but he did. Hall to Rouet. 5 on the 30. Pass to the front intended for Reardon. It goes to Hall. Won't get a chance for a shot as the ball is just flipped up into the air. This is an excellent game back and forth. And it's not teams matching each other goal for goal. It's teams matching each other with their defensive work. And these goalies playing so well. Pass across for Lachlan. He takes it. Lachlan gets to the middle. Plays it off for Graydon Cornfield. Cornfield running to the middle. Put it across the ball. Ball for Lachlan. Lachlan shot. Miller reaching for that. And I heard the post, but I wasn't sure if that was Miller hitting it himself or if it was the ball that got it. At any rate, the goaltender was there. Jacob Rouet. Rouet for Caughnawaga. Loaded up, shoots one. Good arm save by Bold. Thompson tracking down the ball. Taken away, though, by Sullivan. Sullivan gets away from a check. Lost the ball, though. Nice scoop. And a steal here by Francis. Francis fanned on his pass, though. Lobs it up to the middle. In control, Sky Sunday. Coming through Rouet to join him. Put across to the middle. Here goes Ty Thompson with a shot. Bold the save. Rebound opportunity, but Reardon just took a look and I think he was looking where he was going to shoot. Fumbled the ball ever so slightly. No shot. Andruko for ball off his stick, and he doesn't fumble too many. Garrett Cree trying to win it. Ball gets control. 13 seconds, he loads up. Cuts in deeper, put it across for Jordan Cornfield, but a nice steal. Caughnawaga coming up with a new possession. And an official's timeout here. As Caughnawaga player down on the floor. I think that might be Dion deep in his own end. 5:05 to go in the second period. Great back and forth lacrosse. Everything you'd expect from this matchup. I'm just trying to check is that Horn or Dion, 87 or 47. Back up on his feet and moving under his own power towards the Caughnawaga bench. And it's Dion who goes into the bench. And he might continue on to the dressing room here. Starting to move a bit better, so hopefully that's only temporary. As the officials called the timeout there. Center floor face-off and won by the Miners. They trail 3-2. Toll to the net. He looked at Keegan Ball, almost threaded that through. Oren Horn, high feed for Brett Bucktooth. Bucktooth moving ahead. Motions Rouet to come with him. Bucktooth looking across the floor now. Bucktooth. Rouet. Rouet with a hard pass across. Ball picked off. Nice read by Lintz. Lintz running towards the Caughnawaga net. No quick transition, but he's got the offense out there now. Lachlan runs up and shoots. Miller able to close up. Caughnawaga ball from the paint. Kyle Lewis. Now Sky Sunday. Harris. Reardon. Sunday to Reardon. Reardon on the move towards the net. Puts it to Thompson, a drive, didn't get through. Gets the ball back, took a shot just too high. Sky Sunday was after the loose one, but it was grabbed instead by Toll, and moving ahead is O'Meara. O'Meara on the move towards Brandon Miller. Gets right to the middle of drive. Miller going down to make the save. Horn takes the ball away. Rips it across the floor. Horn gets it back. Comes right up the middle. You can hear the drums urging on the Caughnawaga Indians. Brett Bucktooth. Ball back, and this might be a steal. Lintz, does he have the breakaway speed? John Lintz to the goal. Shoots. Miller, a great save. Lintz was being caught up to, and he crashed heavily into the end wall after getting the shot away. That was a good run. He had to shoot it, I think, before he wanted to, but he forced Miller into a good stop. Now Harris scores! Big save at one end, and Big Von Harris at the other. Second goal of this lacrosse game for number 29. And a mini 2-goal run, and that's the way the game has gone. 2 for Caughnawaga, 2 for St. Albert, 2 again for Caughnawaga. Harris at 17:02 right after that great Lintz chance. And Harris does not need much room to unleash that lethal shot. We've seen a 7-5 game already in the tournament, a 7-6 game this morning. Oakville beat Capital Region 7-6 this morning. St. Albert beat Capital Region 7-5. Ladner over Onondaga 8-5 today, so it has not been a high-scoring day by any stretch. And that trend continues. Triolo to the net, shoots and scores! Mike Triolo found himself open. And a low shot in behind Brandon Miller, who I don't think liked how open Triolo was. And that's the exact response that a championship team has. Going down by 2 and getting it right back. 2 goals in 9 seconds. Harris to extend the lead to 2. Triolo to close the gap back to 1. And the Miners take possession off the next face-off too. 4-3. Caughnawaga continues to play in front, but just by one. Ball. Ferris. Pass eludes Kinnear. Goes right to Miller. Miller with a high outlet pass. Right on the money. Lewis up into the attack. Lewis. Now it's Von Harris. Harris coming towards the net, getting in tight. Harris scores! It's a hat trick for Von Harris. What a net drive that was. Von Harris has done that to so many defenders at this tournament. It's late in the second, but Von Harris is pumped up, and you can see that was the type of a reaction from a guy that knows how important that goal was to get that 2-goal lead back. And he said, I'm just going to do it on my own. Take on the defender, get to the crease, and bury it. Here comes Toll the other way. Ferris shoots one. Miller's trying to find it. It's in behind him. He gets some help. Caughnawaga 5. St. Albert 3. Von Harris, the offensive story once again. Sky Sunday trying to spin away from Duff. Sunday to the net. Spinning still. Sunday, Rouet plays it across. There's a shot. Reardon scores! 6-3 Caughnawaga. Blaze Reardon's got his second of the game. And the guys that have been doing it all tournament are doing it this afternoon for the Caughnawaga Indians. Blaze Reardon, he scored the opener. And that was just a beautiful outside shot. Both of these teams, St. Albert and Caughnawaga, have found in their wins ways to get onto runs. And this is a run right now. It's a 6-3 scoreline, but of 4 of the last 5 goals for the Caughnawaga Indians. And you thought that things were going to close right back up when Triolo made it 4-3. And then at 17:43, Von Harris at 18:21, Blaze Reardon 6-3. Caughnawaga, a little bit of breathing room. Here's Von Harris again to the middle. Harris plays it across. Pass to the front, and Harris just about had the quick stick, but he was taken down heavily. Slashing the call. And now Caughnawaga going to the power play. 1:07 left in the second period. And a chance to really put some doubt into the St. Albert Miners. John Lintz doing some arguing, but Toll's in the box. Brett Bucktooth talking things over. Are they calling for a wipe? I think that's exactly what they're doing. I think that was one of the spots where Von Harris went sliding. And actually, I think there's a Von Harris wet spot on either side of the floor right now. When he wants to make that net drive, he is tough to handle. One of the stars of this tournament for sure. He and Reardon getting a lot of the accolades because of their offensive production. And Brandon Miller has been oh so good in net. The likes of Ball, the Cornfields, Lachlan, they've been so good. Ball continues to be the tournament's leading scorer. Has a goal in this game today. But Von Harris has 3 at the other end. Reardon, 1 minute to go in the second. 6-3 Caughnawaga. Bucktooth, Harris, Rouet. Harris to the middle, shoots. Aaron Bold stopped him this time. Looks for the outlet. On the money for Sullivan, but the ball batted away by Rouet nicely. Good hand-eye from Rouet to bat that ball loose. And Caughnawaga gets it back, and they've got 40 seconds on the period clock. Bucktooth plays catch with Harris. Rouet from the middle. Thompson, Reardon. Reardon, Rouet to the crease. Ball knocked away, goes right to Harris, and he just about put that one in. Rouet after a ball at center. Sullivan battling him. Again, Rouet bats it to a teammate. That'll do it for the 30. 14 seconds. O'Meara moves up over center. Plays in Triolo. Mike Triolo to the front of the goal. Ball knocked loose. Horn will take it. 3 seconds. Oren Horn on the run. Drives one down wide of Aaron Bold's net. Through 40 minutes of lacrosse, the Caughnawaga Indians 6, the St. Albert Miners 3. A very strong 40 for Caughnawaga. 3 goals for Vaughn Harris. Shots on goal, 13 for Caughnawaga in that period. 2-period total of 26, and 15 for St. Albert. 2-period total of 27. A classic duel between two teams that have designs on the gold medal game. St. Albert looking for a 3rd straight championship, and the Caughnawaga Indians looking to be the team that joins them at 4 wins. Lots of lacrosse left, and 2 teams capable of going on a big run, but the run of this game right now that's important. 4 of the last 5 goals going Caughnawaга's way. A 6-3 lead. They're going to start the 3rd period on the power play, and that's going to be crucial as a kill for St. Albert. John Linson, the officials, having a conversation at the end of this 40 minutes of play so far, and we'll see what the 3rd period has in store coming up in 9 minutes. Day 4 of the middle game at President's Cup 2018. The 4-0 St. Albert Miners. The 3-0 Caughnawaga Indians. And the 3-0 team has a 3-goal lead after 40 minutes. 6-3. They outscored St. Albert 2-0 in the first. And they outscored them 4-3 in the second. But the Miners tied the game at 2-2 at the 6:15 mark. And then 4 of the last 5 goals of the period going the way of Caughnawaga. Von Harris has 3. Blaze Reardon has 2. Oren Horn has the other. On the other side, Graydon Cornfield on the power play, Keegan Ball, and Mike Triolo. Action already in the books today. Oakville jumping up to 3-1, beat Capital Region 7-6. Capital Region Axemen still waiting for their first win. Ladner beat Onondaga 8-5. The next game, Saskatoon against Capital Region at 5 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight, the All-BC battle. Ladner taking on Nanaimo. And Ladner, a team, I think, feeling like maybe they should be in the ranks of the undefeated. Just a classic game with Caughnawaga. Ladner scored just after time had expired what would have been a tying goal. But the All-BC matchup should be fun. Nanaimo won the best-of-3 final, 2-1. Doing that with victories in overtime in games 2 and 3, including an unbelievable performance by Jeff Schattler, who had 7 goals in the BC Championship game. Schattler hasn't been the most dominant of the Timbermen at the tournament. Corey Shires has had a pretty good stick for Nanaimo so far at President's Cup 2018. He's the offensive leader for the host team with 15 points. 27-26 the shots for St. Albert. 6-3 the score for Caughnawaga. And it's a Caughnawaga man advantage of 45 seconds to open up this period. Thompson leaves for Rouet. Thompson, Reardon, Thompson, Rouet, Harris, Bucktooth. They throw it around. Von Harris, hard pass across. Thompson to the crease. Reardon trying to get it out in front. Goes to Rouet. Rouet with a shot. Scores! Jacob Rouet from the middle. A power play goal 31 seconds into the third. And Caughnawaga taking control of this one. 7-3 score. And the Caughnawaga Indians finding a way to keep this huge offense at bay and continue to pick away with goals. Rouet from the middle. A great strike in behind Aaron Bold. And you've seen a St. Albert team that has showed no panic and just gone about their business. And is there going to be just that hint of urgency from the Miners now? Of course, it's a game that you can lose at this point of the tournament. Well, that's not the way the champions think. If this scoreline holds, you'd have 2 teams at 4-1 in Caughnawaga. Or rather, 1 team at 4-0, 1 team at 4-1, but 2 teams at 4 wins is what I'm trying to say. Caughnawaga would be at 4-0. St. Albert at 4-1. What do the Miners have left in store here? There's still boatloads of time. Keegan Ball gets a return feed. Couldn't take the ball away from goaltender Brandon Miller. This will be a great race to the finish, no doubt. Blaze Reardon throws the ball back. Hall to Reardon, cutting, diving, great save, Aaron Bold. Ball free in the corner, and it's going to go the way of the Miners. St. Albert On the run with some transition running, here's O'Meara. O'Meara plays down low. Jordan Cornfield off the bar. Ball goes out of play. That was a nice cut and a good shot by Jordan Cornfield. Just couldn't beat the iron in behind goaltender Brandon Miller. Are they going to call for a wipe? Yes, they will. Just a minute and 26 seconds into period 3. And a 4-goal spread. Rouet 31 seconds on the power play, the latest tally. You can make it 5 of the last 6 goals in the game for Caughnawaga. And a pretty good afternoon crowd here as well. I think everybody engaged, understanding the magnitude of this game, with a team at 4-0 and a team sitting at 3-0 right now. And the crowd was fantastic for the late game last night, featuring the Nanaimo Timbermen and St. Albert. Likely to be big again for the All-BC battle. And Nanaimo Ladner, just a few hours away. Capital Region Saskatoon might be a bit more sparsely attended, as there's a good save by Miller on an outside shot from Triolo. Lewis coming forward. Bringing the ball up now. McNulty takes a look. Passes it across. Opportunity from the outside. Harris. Now it's put across. McNulty wanted that at the side, but couldn't take it. Up the floor comes St. Albert. And Druco has the ball. Richard Laughlin with Keegan Ball. Ball takes it to Laughlin. He's in alone, faking, but he missed up high. Ball taken back by Caughnawaga. Oren Horn right to the crease, in tight. Aaron Bold gets the arm out. Hall scoops the ball against the boards. And again, the officials are going to call for a wipe. So the pace slows down a bit. And neither team, I don't think, wants to play at a blazing pace. The game did go back and forth for a bit in the second period. And that's actually when the game was tied 2-2. And Bucktooth set up Horn. And since that point, Caughnawaga has really not looked back. But there was a couple of minutes back and forth there where the pace got very, very high. Both these teams very deliberate in the way they want to play the game. And that's not to say that neither team can run, because they both can. But it's anything but a track meet here. Von Harris to the middle. Harris goes across to Reardon. Reardon to the middle. Has Hall. He's open. Hall shoots. That one going way high into the air and bouncing out of play. St. Albert will take the ball. Moved ahead for Toll. Toll for Laughlin. He just had a great chance, but he just fired too high. Triolo. Triolo. Cross floor feed. Ferris. Triolo. Laughlin. Cuts towards the middle. Laughlin waits, fires. Miller the stop. Grabs the ball. Brandon Miller, so solid in this game. 3 goals against, and here we are against the 2-time defending national champs in the third period. Miller's been rock solid. Thompson, Bucktooth, McNulty, Rouet, Harris with him. Rouet, hard pass, quick stick, good save. Harris on the rebound. Aaron Bold stopped Von Harris. And Harris got that away in a hurry. Miners ball. Aaron Bold doing his part to make sure this game is still in reach. 16 minutes to play. Triolo has ball behind him. Triolo takes on the defender. Drops it to Ball. Shoots one. Miller again going down and making a big stop. Triolo taken out with a cross check. St. Albert going to the man advantage. And Triolo shaken up on that aggressive defending. 16:03 remaining in regulation time. 7-3 on the scoreboard for the Caughnawaga Indians. St. Albert will take the ball. Looks like Ferris is going to quarterback it. Normally it's Keegan Ball who brings it up from that spot, but it's Ferris this time. And they're going to call for another wipe at the crease area. So some discussion time for both teams, what they want to do. Shane Francis is the guy in the box. And now Ferris wants to come in, and everybody on that St. Albert side is in conference, and you can see the four-man defensive unit in front of Brandon Miller talking about how they want to defend this. You never know what's going to spark momentum, and both sides want to make sure that this special teams moment does not provide any breakdowns. Ball to Lachlan, so Ball eventually did take it instead of Ferris. Ball from the middle. Graydon Cornfield playing catch with ball. Jordan Cornfield. Lachlan, Graydon Cornfield, cross floor, shot, scores! Triolo, top corner just inside the post. That took 16 seconds. And Mike Triolo with a perfect power play shot. Both the power play goals in the game, as it's 7-4 now for Caughnawaga, but both the power play goals in the game for St. Albert have gone off the bar and in. Graydon Cornfields went crossbar and down, and this one from Triolo just off the post and in. That's as good of a shot as you can make. So the lead is now 3. Does that create a St. Albert spark? On the face-off, St. Albert ball. Brett Bucktooth unhappy with that decision. Kinnear. Lachlan. Ball. Keegan Ball. Lachlan going to the front. Ball, hard pass across. Jordan Cornfield to the net, a shot, and that went off the pipe as well. Or did it? Yep. Officials looked like they called for the reset, although the clock is still running. They call for it again. There it is. Thought that hit the bar. Lachlan to the middle. Pass goes astray. Regis scoops it up to Brett Bucktooth. Bucktooth coming forward. Fires the ball to Blaze Reardon. Reardon has the late man Hall. Reardon. 12 on the 30. Thompson goes across the floor. There's a bomb from Rouet. Bounds all the way back down towards center. That will do it for the possession. This is going to be St. Albert ball as it's rifled down the floor. Bringing it up quickly is O'Meara. O'Meara has Graydon Cornfield. But it's Triolo. Triolo hanging on to it. Lachlan wants it. Triolo trying to barge his way through. Turns, fires, scores! A hat trick for Mike Triolo. He has the last 3 goals for St. Albert. And he just seemed to have that look about him that he was going to be the guy to take the shot on that sequence. Back-to-back goals for number 12. 1 minute and 23 seconds apart. Triolo on the power play. And then Triolo again at 5-on-5. Posted up. Had Lachlan there in a pretty good shooting position, but Triolo, because of the way his back was turned, his turnaround shot was tough to pick up. Brandon Miller couldn't. 7-5. And the game closes right up again. The push you knew St. Albert was probably going to be able to accomplish has been accomplished. Outside opportunity. Harris missed. Rebound opportunity. Harris fires again. That deflects down the floor. That'll do it for that possession. Once again, St. Albert ball. And as much as for the Miners, it's been about their offense getting on track a bit here, especially with Triolo. It's been the defense that has really closed things down in front of Aaron Bold. That's where it starts. And then the offense starts to take over. Jordan Cornfield shot. Brandon Miller made the save. Looks to transition it. A bouncer to Oren Horn. Horn, the pass off to Blaze Reardon. Reardon throws the ball down low. Hops shoots one into Bold, made the save. Hops got the ball back. Working against the wall is Rouet. Up top, Hall takes a look, makes a pass off to Reardon. Reardon barging his way through, shoots one. Bold got a piece, it's in. Aaron Bold knew he got a piece of it, but he knew it was still trickling. And that's the second trickling goal that Blaze Reardon has today. He completes his hat trick. The lead is back up to 3, 8-5. 6:59 the time of the tally from Big Reardon. And is that guy tough to handle? A big body, he moves very well, and an elite stick. Lintz comes back to talk to Bold. Bold got a piece of that shot, and he knew it was still trickling. He was trying to orient his body and push it across so it stayed away from the post, and it just trickled inside. But Reardon made that hard drive to the goal. And he's just so tough to contain. Harris with 3, Reardon with 3. And here are the guys that both are coming off a 5-goal game, doing it again. They don't have a mop, they're just using a towel here, but the towel has to wipe up 2 spots on the floor, and they've got a secondary towel as well as everybody's getting into the act to make sure that there's no wet spots that are going to cause somebody to lose their footing and, heaven forbid, have to leave the game or even the tournament. Brandon Miller standing at the ready and just has another goal go up in his favor. And after getting beaten twice by Triolo. 13:01 remaining. Shots are dead even, 32-32. Brandon Francis and Mike Triolo to face off. On the draw, they jostle. Triolo played it to the side, but Bucktooth read that oh so well, and he starts up. Bucktooth for Thompson. Thompson coming towards the front. Throws back to Bucktooth. Thompson again. Thompson takes a look. Driving down low. Bucktooth. Harris tried to hit Rouet. Couldn't quite make that happen. Aaron Bold looks for the outlet. Long down floor pass. Perfectly picked off. Ferris making a good run, but Shane Francis with the intercept. 3-goal spread, Caughnawaga 8. St. Albert 5. Thompson looking towards the net. Thompson, hard pass across. Rouet looking for a quick stick. Reardon scores his 4th. How did he even get that away? That was almost a quick stick sub shot from Blaze Reardon. Once again, it's a 4-goal lead for Caughnawaga. A magician's finish. 2 goals, 56 seconds apart. 2 goals by Blaze Reardon. Caughnawaga 9, St. Albert 5. St. Albert got right back into it with 2 goals. Triolo doing that on his own. And then Reardon says, I can do that too. Reardon's got 4. That was just such a good finish. What does Aaron Bold do? Not much he could do. There's a shot on Bold and another goal. Thompson, 10-5. Ty Thompson, low shot just inside the post. and a stunned St. Albert Miners team. They beat Nanaimo 10-5 last night, find themselves down 10-5 here in the third period, and in real danger of suffering their first loss of the tournament. Caughnawaga cruising right now. Ty Thompson picking that low corner just inside the pipe. Triolo and Von Harris on the next face-off. Normally it's been Francis to take the draws, but this time it's Harris. Harris won the face-off, but it's going to be awarded to St. Albert. Keegan ball. Lachlan. Jordan Cornfield. Loads. Shoots. Miller the save. Outlet pass. Shane Francis. Oren Horn. Bounces it through. Reardon. Played the ball across for McNulty. Bucktooth now. Reardon's going to head off. McNulty shoots one into Bold. Bold looks for the outlet. High pass. Andruko takes it. Andruko feeds back for Triolo. Feed across, hoping for a quick stick from Graydon Cornfield. Takes the ball back. Cornfield in on Lewis. Cornfield tried to go back towards Jordan. 6 on the 30. Jordan Cornfield has to hurry. Bombs it down. Triolo shoots one. Goaltender had to get a piece of it, but it goes right in to Shane Francis. 10.5 to play in the third. Ty Thompson moves the ball across to the middle. Rouet. McNulty puts it across. Ty Thompson right to the crease. Thompson spins. Thompson shoots. Aaron Bold, big save. O'Meara moving ahead up the middle. Lachlan. Ball. Keegan ball. Put it to the front. Lachlan couldn't take the pass. Graydon Cornfield wrapped up in behind the net. And the big stick of Brandon Miller gets the ball. Oren Horn starts forward again. More than halfway through the third period. And the biggest lead of the day, 5 goals right now. Caughnawaga in clear control, although a pass goes all the way back, and that will do it for most of the rest of this possession. Harris lobs it down the floor, and the ball will bounce off to the side wall. The Miners get a chance to move up, knowing they need a run and they need one quickly. The 4-0 team on the ropes against the 3-0 club. Ball. Lachlan. Lachlan goes across. Kinnear. Ferris. Kinnear. Running across the floor. Sets up ball. Ball takes a look. Takes on Hobbs. Keegan ball. Scores! Crease violation. No goal. Still 10-5. Ball tried to tiptoe just outside the crease, but got a foot in the official right there to make the call. So the 5-goal lead continues here. Rouet outside shot. Bounding back towards center court. Ty Thompson. 10 on the 30 for him. Reardon out there with him. Thompson to the goal with a shot right into Bold. Made the save. Scooped up by St. Albert. O'Meara runs up the floor. Triolo joins him. O'Meara. Graydon Cornfield. Keegan ball. Shoots too high. Foot race. Ball against Horn. Ball won the race. Comes right up the middle. Keegan ball. Here's a chance and a great save off Triolo by Brandon Miller. Shane Francis. Feeds center. That's where Von Harris is standing. Away from the ball. Bucktooth and Snyder nose to nose up in each other's faces. There's going to be at least one penalty out of that, if not 2. Likely 2. glaring at each other as they both head back towards their respective penalty benches. 7:53 remaining in regulation time here today. Roughing on Bucktooth, and roughing goes the other way as well. And the captains both over to talk to the officials about that. Brandon Francis and Jordan Cornfield. And it is going to be Caughnawaga ball in the 4-on-4. Shots even, 35-35. And the score anything but 10-5 Caughnawaga. They have taken over this lacrosse game. A great push in the second and here in the third. Reardon, he's got 4 of those goals. Harris has 3. Pass to the front and a shot wide from Rouet. Harris sprints back. Vaughn Harris moves it in. Over the shoulder effort and a very deceptive shot there from Rouet. Ty Thompson trying to find the ball in behind the St. Albert net. Aaron Bold will take it. Bold with a flip to Riley. Riley passes off. Bold to the bench. 5-on-4 set right now with the goalie out. And we might see a lot of this down the stretch. Keegan ball. Lachlan. Ball again. Graydon Cornfield. Jordan Cornfield. Ball cutting in. Passes off. Triolo shoots. Miller a great save. Lachlan. Ball recovery. 5-on-4 continues. Still with the goaltender out. Graydon Cornfield to Jordan. Jordan Cornfield the ball. Ball for Lachlan. Pass missed. Loosed into the middle. Taken ahead by Regis. Scampering back in is Aaron Bold. Joe Hall has it now. Hall moves up. The late man is McNulty to Hall. 4-on-4 situation. There's a shot into Bold. Made the save. Looks for the outlet. And Bold puts his stick up, meaning he's coming to the bench. And once again, we're going to see some 5-on-4. Lintz. Lachlan. Triolo. It's going to be 6-on-5 here as the coincidentals are now over. Pass to the front for Triolo. Can he take it down? Triolo swarmed. Again, Bold having to get back in net as Oren Horn comes up the floor. 5:40 on the clock running here in the third period. Just a masterful performance so far for Caughnawaga. Here's Reardon, 10 on the 30. Reardon throws it back. McNulty shoots. Bold gets a piece. He knew it was maybe in behind him. He spun around. He's had a couple of those that have ended up going in. Inches out of his crease, and he wants to go ahead and get to the bench and bring out a 6-on-5 set. That's what he does. 10-5. Caughnawaga leading St. Albert. Keegan ball. Ball throws it across. There's a shot and a good save made. Brandon Miller. Miller goes in behind the net. Looks to make an outlet. Takes his time. Francis comes back to help him. Francis gets the ball. Thompson, Bucktooth. Late in the possession, but for the team managing the lead, they don't mind, and Vaughn Harris just throws the ball down the floor. Bold comes charging out, gets it to Toll. 4:21, clock running. Bucktooth won the ball away from Triolo. And that's the type of day it's been. The 50-50s have been won by Caughnawaga in a lot of cases. This game was tied 2-2. And then a massive run for Caughnawaga since then. 8-3 scoreline since that tie. There's a shot just over the top from Harris. Hall tried to get a shot through, but a nice steal here. O'Meara gets by his man. O'Meara to the net. Still going, cutting in, shoots one, and Brandon Miller made the stop. Reset chance, but a ball win, and here goes Harris. Vaughn Harris settles down the pace. Draws a double team. He just throws it back into his own end. Oren Horn. Rouet breaks into a run. Rouet puts it to Reardon, to the crease. Put one off the post. Reardon jumping across the crease and pushing and shoving hard with Sullivan. 6-on-5 again for St. Albert. Trailing by 5, 3 minutes on the clock. Keegan Ball shoots one off Miller. Lachlan goes after the loose ball. Recovers it. Triolo winding up. Triolo passing off. There's a shot. Graydon Cornfield scores 10-6. The lead down to 4 with 2:47 left on the clock. 6-on-5 after 6-on-5, and finally one of those ending up in a goal. 17-13 the time of Graydon Cornfield's marker. And the big wet spot where Blaze Reardon went through the crease and hit the post is what they're going to mop up now. Lacrosse action continuing at 5 o'clock. Capital Region, Saskatoon. Two teams desperate to just get a win under their belts. Then at 8 o'clock, the All-BC battle to wrap up the day at the President's Cup, Day 4. Nanaimo Timbermen, Ladner Pioneers. Nanaimo 2-2. And Ladner sitting at 3-1 right now. It'll be Ladner's second game today. So Ladner has a chance to join the elite, with Nanaimo having an opportunity to muddy the waters in that game. There's going to be 2 4-win teams by the look of it after this one. Still time with 2:47 left. But if Caughnawaga can hold the lead that they have built up, they'll be 4-0, and St. Albert will be 4-1. These have been the elite teams at the tournament. Although Ladner might have a chance to join that conversation and that elite group if they can come up with a win against the host Nanaimo Timbermen tonight. That should be a great rivalry. Two teams that know each other so well. McNulty couldn't scoop the ball on the faceoff. Toll does. Aaron Bold inching out. Keegan Ball moving towards the net. Triolo to Ball. 6-on-5 again. Graydon Cornfield. Keegan Ball. Ball to the middle. Passes it off. Cornfield. Put it back to the middle. Lachlan shoots one. Great save, Brandon Miller. 2:15, and again Aaron Bold has to run back in net. Vaughn Harris tries to shake Duff. Just throws the ball back. Bucktooth controls. Hard bounce pass down the floor. Thompson with 8 seconds on the 30. 4 seconds for Thompson. Just throws the ball down into the corner. And a timeout is being called by St. Albert with 1:47 left, down by 4. But the Caughnawaga Indians in control of this game. And good clock management there. Just use all of the 30, dump the ball to the corner, and let your defense do the job that they've done so well throughout this entire tournament. And tough to imagine 4 goals getting by Brandon Miller in 1:47. If there was a team to do it, it would be the St. Albert Miners, you would think, but not with the form that Caughnawaga has shown in this tournament and in this game. Keeping that offense to 6 goals so far through 58 minutes, that's impressive. And these two teams have been impressive at this tournament. 6-on-5 with Keegan Ball as play is whistled in. Ball comes up the middle. Williams going to the front. Ball has it. Passes off. Lachlan shoots, but wide. Ball's chasing it. But it's going to go all the way back down beside his net, and that's killing valuable time. 90 seconds remaining here. Delayed call coming against Caughnawaga. Ball moves up. Fakes, passes. There's a shot and a good save. Miller off Triolo. Brandon Miller, I think, frustrated that his team is getting called. Is it going to be Brandon Francis? He's having some words with Lachlan as he moves back towards the penalty box. So the Caughnawaga captain will sit for the next 120 or less. 4 minutes for slashing. I think that might be two separate calls, in fact. Slash and a slash. Two separate calls on Francis. Keegan ball. Graydon Cornfield. Lachlan shoots. Good save by Miller up high. Ball goes back to the front, and Miller had to make a second save, and he did. Horn comes up over center. 1 minute and change remaining in this lacrosse game. 10-6 Caughnawaga leading St. Albert. Oren Horn. Play whistle down. Timeout being called by Caughnawaga with 54 seconds remaining. 41-37 shots on goal. In fact, St. Albert's had the advantage in the shots on goal department. They've been close throughout. In the battle of two elite goaltenders, Miller has outplayed Bold today. And also, I think there's been some better looks as well on the Caughnawaga side for their goals. But Miller has been just great in net. Bold's been good, but then you've had a guy at the other end that's just been better. And it will be Caughnawaga ball. Just trying to rag this out. Rouet is going to be in an immediate double team. Rouet, a high flip down low. Ball pops into the middle, and Lintz gets it back. Lintz coming up with Jordan Cornfield. Jordan Cornfield in alone, faking. Brandon Miller, a great save as he leaned to stop it. Just more of the same from Miller. Up comes Reardon. Reardon driving in, drops back for Von Harris. 25 seconds left. Harris standing just inside the restraining line. Gets by one and another, and a call coming here. Is it to Hall? I think it will be. 15 seconds to go. And it took a while into this game, but now we're seeing the dislike between two clubs that could very well meet again. That would surprise no one. If these two teams met in a medal game, it would surprise no one if the color up for grabs was gold in that particular game. 5 minutes for a high stick on Hall with 15 seconds left. It won't influence this game result. Keegan ball up the middle. Lachlan scores. 10-7. Clock stops with 9 seconds remaining. And that certainly changes the scope of the score line. A late goal at 19:50 for Lachlan. And boy, he's been snake-bitten this game today. He's been so consistent with his scoring, but Brandon Miller has had the better of him. Not on that occasion. A power play goal to make it 10-7 with 9 seconds remaining. And a draw win here, and the Miners could very easily get one more, but I don't think anything more than that is a possibility. On the faceoff, ball picked up by Reardon, and Triolo was hammered. Triolo slow getting up, and Lachlan wants it Brett Bucktooth. Interference to call with 4 seconds left on the clock. And you wonder here if they just want to run the clock down these final 4 seconds. An unsportsmanlike call going against Sullivan as well. 4.7 seconds left. And which way are they going to award possession? Brandon Miller barking out instructions for these final 4 seconds. Blaze Reardon throws it back, and I think that's exactly what Brandon Miller was saying. Don't go up with it, just throw it back. Big win for Caughnawaga. 10-7. They were outshot 43-37, but they were not outplayed. One perfect team left at the President's Cup. The Caughnawaga Indians. 4 goals from Blaze Reardon, 3 goals from Vaughn Harris. Ty Thompson hit the score sheet as well in this game. Jacob Rouet had 1 on the power play. Oren Horn scored as well. On the other side for St. Albert, 3 from Triolo, 2 from Graydon Cornfield. Keegan Ball had a goal. And in the late going, Richard Laughlin. 10-7 final as the handshakes continue. And where do you go MVP-wise? 3-goal man Triolo would probably be a winning candidate on the St. Albert side. The offense was sensational today from the likes of Reardon and Harris, but should Brandon Miller not get consideration? 43 shots, beaten 7 times. Finally, somebody found a way to get to Aaron Bold. 10 goals, and his average had been 5.58 heading into this lacrosse game. The game MVPs will be presented down at floor level with both the teams lined up near the restraining lines. And it's going to be number 12, Mike Triolo. He did have a great game. Had those back-to-back goals early in the third period, closing the gap in the game to 7-5. And at 7-5, you thought, just maybe, there was going to be a bit more offense to come from that St. Albert crew. Maybe they had it together. Blaze Reardon, 4 goals. He had 5 yesterday. He has 4 today. All he does is just keep scoring. And the teams will now head back to their respective dressing rooms, knowing that another meeting might be in the offing. This afternoon's final score in the unbeaten matchup: Caughnawaga Indians 10, St. Albert Miners 7. Caughnawaga 4-0, St. Albert 4-1. Lots more lacrosse. 2 games left on this day 4 at President's Cup 2018.